A beautiful fall day. Look at all those beautiful leaves on the ground. Who got to pick them up? I got to pick them up. I got to pick up the leaves. Nico, can you please pick up the leaves? So I'm in a good headspace today, guys. I don't really have anything to talk about. Yes, I do. Let's talk about this. Have you guys heard about they're trying to implement a 50-year mortgage? You know what, let me tell you something. If you have to get a 50-year mortgage because you can't afford the house, you can't afford the house. Don't you ever get no 50-year mortgage. Are you crazy? I think that's completely insane. Who would want a 50-year mortgage? That means they say the average person buys a house when they're around 40 years old. You're paying on a house in your 90s with your retirement check and stuff. What you doing? Don't do that. Don't ever buy a house with a 50-year mortgage in your life. Ain't no way. Just like a 30-year mortgage. That's pretty long too. And they say that anything with MOR or MORT in it that stands for death, they say you'll be dead by the time you pay your mortgage off. I didn't die when I paid mine off though. I paid my house off in 23 years. So I'm still here. And that was still long. I should have paid off probably 10 years prior to that. But you know, that's how it goes. So now the houses are so high and overpriced to where they're trying to figure out how you can buy this expensive house instead of just lowering the prices of the houses. Because if you're going to be paying on a house for 50 years, you might as well freaking rent. Why would you buy a house with a 50-year mortgage? Don't ever do that in your life. Well, the mortgage would be lower if I did it too. Well, just buy yeah, the mortgage would be lower, but in the long run, you spending way more money with the interest. Because remember, like the first 10, 15 years or so, you're paying on interest. The mortgage is not going the mortgage payments that you're paying, it's not going to even lower your loan amount. You're going to be like, I paid all this money all these years and I still owe the same amount of money. Yeah, the first few years of your mortgage goes to interest. Do not buy a house if you have to pay on it for 50 years. Because if you do, you're dumb. Okay, don't say that. That's not nice. Because probably somebody say, well, you paid on the house for 23 years. That's dumb. Hey, call it what you want to. Call it what you want to. And I believe having a 30-year mortgage, that's a long time. That's not smart, but most people don't have that kind of money. And I can see buying a house with a 50-year mortgage because it's so hard to buy homes because they're so expensive. But at the same time, I can't. You'll still be paying on a house in your 90s? Well, some people are. Yeah, they do that now. I know some of my coworkers bought their homes at 50 years old. So by the time they turn 80, the house will be paid off. But it may not even be any Social Security and stuff. Later on in life. Don't put yourself in a bind to where you're gonna be strapped and you can't afford your house. You're gonna lose it. Can you imagine losing your house at 80 years old because you can't work no more? You're tired. You're old. And then they said they're trying to get to where you can buy a car with a 15-year note. What is with these numbers? If you have to pay for a car that's, for more than 3 years, you can't afford it no way. But I remember when I was younger, having a 5-year car note, that was ridiculous. We was like, what? 5-year car note? Who would want to pay for a car for 5 years? And then that became the norm. Now today's norm is 6 years, 7 years, 10 years. Now you want to say 15? No ma'am, no ham, no spam, no rams, no jam, no pam, no. No ma'am, no. And I know it's hard out here, guys. We want nice things and we'll go through any lengths to get it. But just think about it. Paying on a car for 15 years. I met this one of my coworkers. This is a long time ago. She said, well, actually two co-workers. So one coworker said, I'm gonna keep a car note. I'm always keeping me a car note. I'm like, okay, you do what you're gonna do. I knew I wasn't gonna keep a car note. And it's another coworker said she bought this fancy Infiniti car, and the car was so expensive to where she said, I'm gonna pay my house off first before I pay the car off. And I said, that's real smart. Okay. Guys, we got to make better financial decisions. Don't sit there and spend your money on some dumb shit like that, okay? That's retarded. But I can say that, and it's easily said than done because I was born at a different time. I was born when things were normal as they can be. But now we got a new president, we got AI, we got layoffs. That's another reason why you would want to buy a house for 50 years. The jobs, the stability of jobs, or it's just out the window. You just never know. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. But that's just me. I'm telling you, don't do that though. That sounds crazy, don't it? 50-year mortgage. All right. See you in the next video. All right, boys chasing the cars. Boy. Nico, why are you chasing cars? Say I'm a dog and that's what I do. Here, boy. Here, boy. Let's see if he'll chase this next car when he comes up the hill. Is he going to come up the hill or is he going to turn right? Oh, he turned left. Hey, boy. Somebody ran up my damn mailbox this morning. I come outside. Well, no, I'm laying in my bed, and I hear bloom, 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 bloom. I got an indestructible mailbox because that's very common on my street. They always knocking and running over my mailbox. Hi. 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 I fixed my mailbox. I fixed my mailbox. Huh? Yep. I think he hit that pole too. You see the pole that's leaning on the front yard? He hit that, and then he hit my mailbox. And I think he turned right. So when I went to the door, I saw him come up this way and turn left looking at me. I said, "Oh, you the fool."
So he turned down this way.
Yep. Yep, I think that was him, but I could be wrong though. He's probably asleep. Yep, drunk, stupid. Exactly. All I heard was boom. Yep, I heard, yep, tire screeching. So that's why I think he was either asleep or something was wrong with him. Exactly. See, I got an indestructible mailbox. So that mailbox been hit like 4 or 5 times. It's still standing.
Yeah. I was like, I looked there, I said, she said they be hitting this thing.
All the time. I went out there and lifted it back up and turned it back around for another day.
Yep, and it's ready to go.
It's ready to go.
That's good. Yeah, I saw her. How you been though?
I've been okay.
Okay, that's good.
Have a good evening.
You too. You feeling better?
I am.
You are?
I'll be out here maybe tomorrow, sometime next week, to get all these beautiful leaves.
Got a lot of work to do.
Thank you, Arnold.
No problem.
Bye. That's my neighbor. Huh? Yeah. We gonna get it. That's my neighbor. He's a young well, he's trying to be a homeowner. He's a good neighbor. It's good to have good neighbors, guys. That's one thing you don't want to do is get into with your neighbors. You don't want to get into your neighbors. You want supportive neighbors. You want neighbors that's messing with you, in a good way. But if they messing with you in a bad way, and you guys live next door like my neighbor down the street, on that corner down there, girl, it won't be a good time. Don't get into it with your neighbors. If you don't like your neighbors, just leave them alone because hey, you gotta live with them forever, for 50 years. Bye, guys. Nico, can you say bye? Say bye-bye. Speak. Good boy.